Asheville is so diverse. People are super friendly. The arts are wonderful. It's just a great place to be.
Asheville lives like a much bigger city. It has the arts and culture of a Charlotte or even Atlanta in a town that's 70,000 people.
Asheville has a great art community. It's got a wonderful art museum. There's wonderful galleries. There's studios all through downtown.
We do have a very rich heritage here and a very good contemporary art scene. And this has allowed us to catch the attention of people all across the United States.
Asheville is a wonderful city. The weather is just beautiful, the scenery is beautiful, and I love the mountains.
We're surrounded by the mountains. All these outdoor activities are within such close proximity that it's a part of our daily life. Asheville's history, and part of the reason that downtown developed and that the Grove Park Inn was built, was that people for generations have realized that it was a healthy place to come. We've got such a varied and great Four Seasons climate, clean air, calming environment.
Once people discovered Asheville in the late 1800s and the wonderful mountain air, that it was determined that they should come here if they had any sort of a health ailment. And it drew such people as E.W. Grove. Well, Mr. Grove had this vision of a hotel here that would have the home-like atmosphere. And so he started by keeping it very much in the arts and crafts tradition by building it with granite boulders that were literally picked up off his 1,200 acres of land surrounding the Grove Park Inn.
We consider the Grove Arcade one of the city's architectural jewels. E.W. Grove really wanted the building to exemplify the best about architecture. Asheville has the wonderful Art Deco buildings. We have a very, very vibrant downtown. I like that it's eclectic.
It makes it a brilliant skyline. You have modern, back to the turn of the century, and that diversity just in the skyline is something that there's no doubt it continues to draw people from major markets.
And because our downtown is such a thriving and fun place to be, we've really seen a resurgence of downtown living. We've got a ton of downtown condos, apartments, lofts.
There's a lot of different ways to live in Asheville, from small private cabin in the woods to our master plan communities that have world-class amenities and golf courses and everything in between. And I think there's something for everyone.
The reason people love this is that you have urban sophistication with a rural feel.
Asheville just offers so much, and there's so much variety in it, until that's why I believe a lot of people come and stay.
My great-grandfather George Vanderbilt moved to Asheville and designed and built the Biltmore House in the surrounding grounds. I think what attracted him here, and certainly is my love of Western North Carolina, it's the people, it's the natural beauty, it's the sensitivity to the environment.
When George Vanderbilt first decided to build a home in the Asheville area, he originally envisioned something fairly modest, and he hired the most well-known architect at the time, Richard Morris Hunt, to design his home, a French Renaissance chateau, what ultimately became America's largest home.
The family's original interest here as far as commerce was back in the days of the Biltmore Forestry School. When the property was put together, they had this tremendous acreage of over 100,000 acres, and the idea of accumulating that was to be able to put into practice good forestry.
It all plays into the thought process of leaving Western North Carolina in a better state than you first found it.
This is where I wanted to raise my family. It's a great community. Asheville's got great schools.
There are wonderful educational opportunities in Asheville, and these all build on the arts.
The YMI Cultural Center is one of the oldest African American physical structures in the country. We've been here since 1892. The African American artisans that worked on the Biltmore House commissioned having this building built, and this was the hub of the African American community.
Downtown Asheville, the mountains of Asheville are so special. So many people talk about the spiritualness of Asheville.
Asheville is a very spiritual town. You can live a spiritual lifestyle here, whether that is a conventional Sunday morning church service, whether that's meditation, whether that's a drive on the Blue Ridge Parkway.
Well, the Blue Ridge Parkway is one of the most scenic drives in the world, and it runs right through Asheville.
To me, the Blue Ridge Parkway is sort of like a ribbon that's intertwined amongst the peaks of the Blue Ridge Mountains.
469 miles long.
It goes from 500 feet elevation up to a little over 6,000 feet in elevation. The Blue Ridge Parkway is the most visited unit of all the national parks. The biodiversity is as rich as any place in the temperate part of the world.
Within a 150-mile radius, you have the largest diversity of trees in the country.
The North Carolina Arboretum is an amazing place. It's one of Asheville's treasures. It's located on more than 430 acres of preserved land that's, in one of the most beautiful and biologically diverse areas of our region. And the bonsai garden that's a part of this arboretum is one of the most unique, not only in America, but in the entire world.
There's always something to do in Asheville, always. From downtown after 5 to street festivals. There are art shows on the weekend. There's something for everybody.
When you get to Asheville and spend time in Asheville truly does have lodging experience for any occasion.
Wonderful places, wonderful hotels, places that provide wonderful hospitality, great things to eat.
Asheville restaurants are phenomenal. A large majority of the restaurants advertise local food.
If you go down to the farmers market on Wednesday downtown throughout the summer and the fall, you're going to find just as many chefs as you will local consumers.
There's tailgate markets with lots of organic. It doesn't come any fresher than off the back of a pickup truck, right from the farm.
When you come to Asheville, you find a very eclectic dining scene. There's a tremendous amount of independent restaurants.
You have all these different accolades that we've received.
Yeah, Asheville's known as the Foodtopian Society. If you're a foodie, this is the place to come, eat, drink, relax, have a good time, and see a lot of different options on the menu.
I love to come downtown and eat great foods, to hear all kinds of different music, so that's the fun part of Asheville.
If you're a music lover, you're in good luck in Asheville. It's a great place to be.
People love coming to Asheville. People who live here really respond to music, and people like Asheville so much that people drive from 3 or 4 hour radius to hear music here. So all of us who have music venues in Asheville, we try to have a really eclectic mix of national acts and local acts to give people the kind of music they want to hear today.
The activities that occur here for the brewing industry is no different from the arts, the entertainment, the restaurants. It's a very eclectic town. And to have 9 brewing establishments in a town of 70,000 people, Asheville boasts the highest per capita numbers of breweries in the country. Asheville has since the 20s been ready to start new things, and that's part of its legacy.